This is the Tecno Spark 40 and it is priced around 143,000 naira. I know it looked like the rumored iPhone 17 coming in a few months, but hey, Tecno did it first and they deserve all the accolade because this phone looks really good and really clean. I guess if you are doing something and it is working for you, I guess it is wisdom to keep doing that thing to get similar results, right? Because remember on the Tecno Spark 20 and the Tecno Spark 30, yes, they both also look like an iPhone. So hey, enough of the hype. You love this design? You hate this design? Let's chat in the comments. The Tecno Spark 40 comes in four beautiful colors, right? We have the ink black, the veil white, the titanium gray, and the mirage blue. And I wouldn't lie, personally, I think all the colors look good and you won't have problem choosing any of the colors. On the design and the build department, the Tecno Spark 40 is made out of plastic, but it doesn't take away the fact that it is intentionally made. It is durable and well built, which means it will survive few drops and still would be fine. It also has an IP65 rating, which means it can survive water and splashes or even rain. But you know what I preach on this channel always? Don't take your devices near water, beach, or take it swimming to avoid stories that touch. All buttons and ports on the Tecno Spark 40 are exactly on the same spot as the Tecno Spark 30. The Tecno Spark 40, as expected, also got a side-mounted fingerprint scanner, which is also your power button. It might not be the fastest, but it is pretty decent for its price. The Spark 40 also has a lot of storage to offer. We have the 128 gig, we have the 256 gig, and the good news again is that it is even expandable via an SD card option. Turning the Spark 40 to the front, which is the display, it is literally 99% of what you'll be looking at throughout the whole day. And the good news is that the Spark 40 has a gorgeous display for its price. Content consumption is great as expected. YouTube, Netflix, and even reading on this display looks good in my own opinion. And the fact that it has a stereo speaker setup makes watching content even more better. So you should be fine. The only issue is that it is 720p, but as an average consumer, I don't think that is actually a big deal. Also, lastly, before I forget, the Tecno Spark 30 comes with an headphone jack, which means it comes with a wired headphone. I'm not a big fan of wired earphone in 2025, but hey, if you need it, it is there for you. Performance on the Tecno Spark 40 got people a little bit upset. People were saying it should have come with the MediaTek Helio G99 or the MediaTek Helio G100, which I kind of understand them, right? But remember, this device is just a 150,000 naira smartphone. And if it should have come with the MediaTek Helio G99, are you ready to pay 180 to 200,000 naira? Think about it. So I think 150,000 naira for a MediaTek Helio G81 smartphone is a fair bargain. And devices at this price point also have the same chipsets. So this is not a gaming center chip, right? It is designed to handle your basic multitasking, the regular scrolling, and chat and phone calls easily. Also, this will also play your games at low to medium graphic settings, but expect slight drops in frames if you play for a long session without breaks, which means if you are an heavy user, you might want to look somewhere else. Software on the Tecno Spark 40 is Android 15 with HIS version 15, right? And to be honest, it is not different from the regular HIS skin you are familiar with or you might have seen before. We get the screen recorder here. We also have the updated dynamic port, which is more functional here. We also have LR, Tecno Voice Assistant. We also have some AI features here and there, like the writing tools and the object erasers. We also have always on display, even though it's an LCD display, which is great. You see that Android 15 is feature packed. Even in a phone lesser than 150,000 naira, we get all these features. But hey, don't let that distract you from the fact that it is still a budget phone, right? So we have a lot of bloatwares, but the good news is that you can always uninstall them to give your device this clean look you might want to be going for. And when it comes to software updates, after making a lot of research, I don't think Tecno is giving any software updates, right? But give or take, Tecno should be offering 2 years of major software updates. Turning the Tecno Spark 40 to the back, you are greeted with 3 rings, right, and a flashlight. Don't be deceived, we just have one useful standard main camera. And one of the other two is an IR blaster. I'm not sure which is which, but I'm sure one of them is an IR blaster. And an IR blaster is basically a sensor that allows you to control your TV and appliances if the remote is not nearby or something, or you misplace the remote. Now, back to the cameras. The Tecno Spark 40 has a 50 megapixel main camera and the 8 megapixel selfie camera. Both cameras should be giving you some B plus to B minus pictures, especially if you are in a very lit environment. Just make sure you give your subject enough of light and you will love the pictures. While in low light, it struggles significantly and you might start to see a little bit of grains and noise here and there. So for budget phones mostly, lighting in the camera department is a big deal. For videos, it shoots at 1440p, 30 frames per second max, I believe, for the back camera, and shoots at 1080p, 30 frames per second max for the front camera. Again, for this price point, 1440p is a big deal. But remember, it's still a budget phone, so you don't have stabilization. So when you want to shoot videos or take pictures, you might want to get a tripod. The battery department on the Tecno Spark 40 is by far the best thing about this device, probably after the design. It comes with a 5200 mAh battery, and that means this is a big battery. And unless you're an heavy user and you are willing to kill it in a day, this should last you a day without stress, and even a day and a half if you don't use your phone that much. It is that good. And when you finally kill it, it comes with a 45-watt charging brick, which means it will take your phone about an hour to fully charge it back up. Again, for this price point, that is pretty decent. And correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think there's any phone under 150,000 naira that has this kind of big battery, also that has this kind of fast charging, 45-watt fast charging. That is my review on the Tecno Spark 40. And should you buy it? Well, not exactly. Hear me out. If you are coming from the Tecno Spark 10 or the Tecno Spark 20, definitely. If you are on a tight budget under 150,000 naira, definitely. But if you are coming from the Tecno Spark 30 that was not released in Nigeria, I suggest you look a bit higher. But for a phone under 150,000 naira, this is definitely a no-brainer. That is my review on the Tecno Spark 40. Thank you so much for watching. Please drop your thoughts down below in the comments. And if you want me to review with any device, if you want me to compare with any device, also drop it down below in the comments. Please don't forget to like the video, make a lot of difference, and subscribe to our channel as we are so close to 5,000 subscribers. And as always, love is sweet. Signing out.